Da dun dun da da dun da dun dun da da dun da dun dun da da dun da dun dun da da dun.
In order to make a world better for children, what I consider to be a world of play, a world of space, and a world of safety, children can't do that for themselves. They need adults who supposedly know better to do that. And so in our country, those adults are policymakers, elected people, and people that run agencies. And so to me, you fund what you care about. In most municipalities or counties around the country, between 60 and 70% of tax dollars go to the administration of justice, running the jails, the police departments, all of that, the judges, all of that. So that basically leaves only 30% for roads, parks and recreation. And so if you are not able to be in the private sector and you have to be in the public sector because you can't afford it, what our governing mothers and fathers have said is we're going to allocate about 3% for your well-being. And that just has to change. And so we need to inform people that we need a new way of looking at justice so it doesn't take up 70%, 60% of our dollars for a failure rate that's between 50 and 60%. There's got to be a way that we have to enter that discussion that makes sense so that children can then enjoy the decisions that the people who are supposed to be in power and looking out for their benefit can have. And children always need that because they can't vote. They always need someone else to speak on their behalf. So the first work that we do is to try to talk people down from the fact that they have to use incarceration to keep themselves safe. So the first big change is to say, can we diagnose what we're doing? And once you start the diagnostic process, then people can really understand how insane, actually, the system that we have set up, that they're a part of, that they believe is benign, is structural. So for example, notions that I've tried to bring in with these historical legacies, there is no doubt, and now we have the Essence of Innocence study from UCLA by Philip Goff and his colleagues, that 7-year-old black boys, 7-year-old Latino boys, were seen as 12-year-old and 10-year-old, respectively, and more culpable and more dangerous. It tragically manifested itself in the Tamir Rice situation, where the police officer, when calling in, said, "I've just shot a black male, approximately 20 years of age." Tamir was 12. So these things cannot be glossed over, that in fact, structurally built in is this notion that people of color are more dangerous. We see that in every jurisdiction we've been in, and we've been over in 140, of when you go into a system and who gets diverted from the system and who is held. If we were in Alameda County, California, and you were to look at children that are arrested in Berkeley and children that are arrested in Oakland, you will see that the overwhelming majority of those kids who are arrested in Berkeley, who are white, are diverted from the system, and the overwhelming majority of kids doing similar behaviors that are black in Oakland or Latino in Oakland will be funneled into the system. We have never gone any place where diversion is where white people are overrepresented. Every place we go, the only overrepresentation in the system for white people is diverting them away from the system. That's structural.
Da dun dun da da dun da dun dun da da dun.